Too young, too sharp, wrong timeline, wrong rules. They stare, they count, calendar betrayed, mirror lied, control cracks, order sweats. You disrupt, they panic. Hidden variables, unpaid debts. Smile louder, clock freezes. You weren't planned, you arrived. They always start with counting. Years, lines, milestones, because numbers feel obedient. The world audits faces the way banks audit accounts. Cold eyes, quiet judgments, expected losses. They glance at you and hesitate. Something doesn't reconcile. The numbers say one thing, your presence says another. That pause? That's panic dressed as curiosity. You weren't supposed to look like this now. Not after the grind, not after the delays, not after the years they warned would catch up. But here you stand, an accounting error with a pulse. This is where jealousy is born, not from desire but from exposure. Your face doesn't just reflect light, it reflects a flaw in their system. If time didn't take what it promised from you, then time isn't the authority they sold to everyone else. And if time can be negotiated, then control was always a suggestion. They lean closer, they squint, they search for explanations that keep them safe. Genetics, luck, camera tricks. Anything but the truth. You're a hidden variable, an unpaid debt in their equation. Proof that the syllabus was incomplete, because the real curriculum was never about aging, it was about submission. Graduate on schedule, slow down on cue, fade politely. You didn't. Rooms react before people do. Conversations thin, postures adjust. Energy recalibrates around you like a magnetic field nobody wants to admit exists. Influence doesn't announce itself, it rearranges the furniture. And suddenly you're not just looking good for your age, you're threatening the calendar. They don't hate your face, they hate what it implies. That discipline outlasts excuses, that vitality can be engineered, that decline was optional longer than advertised, so they test you without telling you. Side comments, jokes with teeth, advice wrapped in velvet. This is the audit's second phase, pressure. Will you apologize for not decaying on schedule? Will you dim yourself to balance their books? Watch closely. This is where the masks slip. Smiles linger too long. Compliments arrive with sand inside. They aren't looking at you anymore. They're looking at their own reflection, wondering where the years went and why you didn't follow. You didn't break the rules. You revealed them. And once a system sees its own flaw walking freely, it never forgets that face. Every system teaches two lessons. One is printed, the other is enforced. The printed lesson says, work hard, be patient, age with dignity. The enforced lesson says, know your place, slow down on command, don't outshine the timeline. Nobody tells you about the second one, because it only matters if you violate it. You did. While others memorized rules, you studied patterns. While they aged according to permission, you aged according to intention. You didn't just live, you observed. You noticed how exhaustion was celebrated, how bitterness was called maturity, how curiosity quietly expired after graduation ceremonies. That was the hidden curriculum. Most people fail it without knowing they were enrolled. They trade vitality for approval. They confuse surrender with wisdom. They let time happen to them instead of negotiating terms. You didn't. That's why they're uncomfortable now. Your face isn't the threat. Your trajectory is. You look like someone who learned something early and never unlearned it. Someone who refused the uniform. Someone who kept training while others were told the exam was over. This is where secret clubs exist. Not buildings, behaviors, disciplines practiced alone, routines that look boring until they compound, boundaries that feel lonely until they become power. You were never invited. You qualified. The revelation hits quietly. Youth isn't stolen by time. It's surrendered to habits. And you never surrendered. That's why mentors start sounding nervous. Why peers start asking for shortcuts. Why authority figures suddenly frame your discipline as extreme. When control can't replicate you, it reframes you. They introduce concern as a weapon. Don't overdo it. Be realistic. Act your age. Translation, return to the lane. But lanes only exist for traffic, not for anomalies. You feel the shift now. Eyes linger longer. Compliments lose warmth. Support becomes conditional. This is surveillance disguised as interest. The system trying to decide whether you're an asset or a leak. Because if you figured this out, others might too. And that's the real danger. You represent a breach in the narrative. That aging was inevitable, decline was earned, and vitality was a phase. You are proof that the monster they feared wasn't time. It was ignorance. The revelation settles in your chest like a grin you don't show yet. You didn't cheat the game. You learned the rules they never planned to teach. And now the curriculum changes. Because the student just outgrew the classroom. Graduation is supposed to be the ending. Caps thrown, smiles frozen, a neat handoff from curiosity to compliance. They tell you the test is over. They never tell you that stopping is the failure. Most people accept the paper and quietly power down. They call it maturity. They call it balance. They call it being realistic. What they really mean is standing still while time takes interest. You didn't attend that ceremony. Your transformation didn't arrive with applause. It arrived with repetition. Early mornings that compounded. Choices that felt invisible. Discipline practiced without witnesses. While others relaxed into permission, you sharpened in private. That's why it lasted. This is the phase they don't forgive. When improvement becomes irreversible. When youth stops looking fragile and starts looking deliberate. When your presence carries weight, not because you demand it, but because you no longer ask. They try to re-enroll you. Slow down, enjoy life. You'll burn out. They frame retreat as wisdom. They call surrender self-care. Because if you keep going, their excuses collapse. Your momentum exposes the lie they made peace with. Here's the paradox. The younger you appear, the more ancient your composure feels. You move calmly through chaos. You don't rush validation. You don't beg rooms to like you. You've already graduated from needing permission. That's transformation. You stop explaining routines to people who mock consistency. You stop translating ambition for those who confuse it with insecurity. You let silence carry authority. You let results argue. This is where angels and monsters switch masks. The monster offers comfort. The angel offers resistance. Comfort says, blend in. Resistance says, be precise. One ages you faster than years ever could. The other sharpens you until time becomes an ally instead of a threat. You choose without drama. Transformation isn't becoming someone else. It's becoming unmanageable by old narratives. They can't place you anymore. You don't match the expect. Ed decline arc. You don't fit the after-graduation script. And that unsettles them more than rebellion ever could. Because rebellion can be punished. But evolution forces the system to rewrite itself. You didn't wait for approval. You didn't ask for the stage. You didn't announce the change. You just kept going. And somewhere along the way, the ceremony happened anyway. Quiet, invisible, permanent. You graduated without permission. Power never arrives with noise. It arrives with adjustment. Doors open a half-second faster. Conversations pause when you enter. People start choosing their words more carefully, like the room suddenly has rules they didn't write. This is how you know the shift has begun, not because you demanded space, but because space rearranged itself around you. They don't announce the change, they test it. Suddenly your habits are interesting. Your routines become topics. The same people who dismissed your discipline now study it from a distance, copying the surface while missing the structure. Imitation spreads, but it's hollow. Without initiation, it collapses. That failure breeds resentment. So the narrative shifts. If they can't replicate you, they redefine you. Obsessed, unrealistic, too much. Labels are fences built from language. They hope you'll slow down to correct them. You don't. You keep moving, and the fences look smaller each step. This is escalation, when jealousy matures into strategy. Invitations arrive with company. Conditions. Praise comes paired with expectations. Support turns selective. They're trying to negotiate your edge, to own a piece of what they couldn't prevent. You feel the gravity now. Influence without authority. respect without endorsement. It's unsettling because it isn't official. There's no title, no announcement, just quiet compliance. People adjust schedules, standards rise. Energy sharpens when you're present. This is the hidden power shift. The hallways feel shorter because you walk them differently. You don't linger. You don't posture. You don't seek alignment. You set it, and alignment follows. The real test appears here. Will you shrink to stay liked? Will you soften to stay safe? Because power that isn't claimed politely scares people. They prefer dominance with paperwork. Your kind has no form to sign. Graduation returns in disguise. The system offers you a role, visible, contained, manageable, a way to make your influence legible. Accept it, and the threat dissolves. You decline without saying no. You remain precise, consistent, calm. You let time validate you instead of permission. And that's when they understand. The shift is permanent. Power didn't move to you. It moved because of you. And once a hallway learns your pace, it never forgets it. This is where politeness expires. Up until now, everything wore a smile. Encouragement sounded supportive. Curiosity looked harmless. But pressure sharpens truth. And at the peak, masks can't stay glued. The jock is change first, shorter, colder. Compliments arrive with edges. They don't ask how you do it anymore. They ask why you're still doing it. As if momentum requires justification. As if discipline past a certain age is a provocation. This is the ritual moment. The system attempts a trade. They offer belonging in exchange for reduction. Approval in exchange for pause. Comfort in exchange for your edge. It's never said directly. It's implied through tone, timing, and silence. Relax. You've done enough. Prove you're normal. Normal is the mask. Here, angels and monsters fully reverse. The monster sounds reasonable, even kind. It tells you you've earned rest, just not on your terms. The angel sounds demanding, even ruthless. It asks you to stay sharp when dullness is applauded. You feel the heat now, not from effort, but from scrutiny. Every move is observed, every success quietly resented. They want to see if you'll flinch, if you'll dilute yourself to keep the peace. This is the climax because the threat is subtle, not exclusion, absorption. If they can't stop you, they'll try to blend you into the background, turn you into a story that ends safely, make you proof that everyone eventually slows down. You refuse without confrontation. You don't argue your discipline. You don't defend your appearance. You don't negotiate your pace. You let calm become your shield. Consistency your answer. You let silence stretch until it makes them uncomfortable. That's when jealousy peaks. Not loud, not dramatic, but heavy. Because they see it now. You aren't running from age. You aren't denying time. You're operating above its leverage. And in that realization, something fractures. The narrative they lived by, earned decline, mandatory dulling, no longer holds. The masks fall because they have to. What's left is truth. They don't want you to fail. They want you to descend. You don't. And that refusal is the loudest statement you've made yet. Age wasn't the weapon. Fear was. You didn't outrun time. You aligned with it. Your discipline exposed the lie. Control weakened. Excuses lost shelter. You own your tempo now. Jealousy confirms impact. Time follows you, not rules. Freedom looks good on you.